Zach, we just got seen John Wick, Chapter 4. We're back.
You know, people keep asking if we're back. Yeah, I'm thinking we're back. Hi, friends. I'm Zach.
I'm Mitch.
And we are Excellent Little Podcasts.
Presenting you a little movie podcast starring Zach and Mitch.
That we are. And Mitch, I think I'm doing a John Wick impression at this point.
I thought we were doing a podcast.
Or Batman impression. I don't know what's going on with me.
For those of you unaware, we are doing John Wick Chapter 4. Yeah. This is my number 9.
This is your number 9 on your top 10 for 2023.
Yeah. All right. So we're just going to get the ball rolling because Zach's voice is running out of gas.
Oh, yeah.
So introduction time. So hello, my friends. Going to do a brief summary and we're going to talk about the studio and all that fun stuff. And then we are going to go into our non-spoiler section. Well, Zach will give his thoughts. I will give mine. We'll talk about various cast performances and some non-spoilerly things. Then we're going to go into our review. Zach will split it up. I will start the review and then we will sound an alarm and then we will go into our spoiler section. Okay, so brief summary. John Wick uncovers a path to defeating the High Table. But before he can earn his freedom, Wick must face off against a new enemy with powerful alliances across the globe and forces that turn old friends into foes. Doesn't that sound great? All right, so studio brought to you by Lionsgate, director Chad Stahelski, screenplay Shay Hatton, Michael Finch, and Derek Kolstad. Why don't I start?
Says it's your number 9.
Yeah, well, so the director and screenplay duo,
Yep.
it was typical John Wick stuff. I wasn't expecting anything different from this. I didn't expect it to be like a Oscar-worthy kind of film. But overall, like, Chad Stahelski really gets the John Wick character and all the action. And the screenplay also, like, played into Keanu Reeves' wooden acting. So I feel like they were able...
AKA don't act, just do.
Yeah, just do himself, yeah. But I think this duo, this director screenwriter trio duo knew what they were doing. They knew what they tried to do, and they did it well. You want to do a quick thought?
Yeah, it's pretty standard John Wick. If I'm honest, it's pretty much the same thing that we've gotten for chapters 1, 2, and 3. It's a little more amped up. We kind of visit a little more locales than normal.
Yeah.
But overall, the writing, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I think there are some moments where it's been its best, but there are also some moments where it's actually been its worst.
Yeah, I would agree.
But at the same time, we don't come to this movie for
art,
for the script or the story. We come to see fucking Keanu Reeves kick some ass. So
before you run out of gas,
it's okay. Don't worry, we're good. I just have one more thing. And then we'll go ahead and move on to cast performances because, yeah, I'm running out of gas. But the one thing that I will say, kind of how you said before, Chad Stahelski really does know this character. He really knows exactly what he's getting out of it. He knows what the fight choreography that he wants out of it, and he translates it really fucking well. He knows how to pick his shots for this character, and bravo to that.
All right, so there's our intro and summary. Now we are entering our non-spoiler section. So, Zach, I know you just gave your thoughts on the director and screenplay. Do you have it in you to start your thoughts real quick?
That was really my first thoughts.
Those are your first thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so my first thoughts, this was my number 9, and I'd have to say it delivered. I really enjoyed the first 3. I didn't think, when I saw the trailer for the first one, I'm like, there's no way in hell this movie's going to be good, because Keanu Reeves was an afterthought of an actor.
By 2012 standards?
Yeah,
2013
it was around 2010. Because he was in that,
you're right.
Whatever Ronin, I think, what it was.
Yeah.
But this franchise, franchises normally don't get better. They tend to get worse, or they tend to just level out. To me, this franchise gets better because they push the limits, and this one, it pushed the limits.
It knows its strengths.
Yeah, and I applaud Chad Stahelski for pushing the boundaries on action flicks. And that's what I will say to that. All right. So, cast performances.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is John Wick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're going to expect. It's the same thing. However, I will say they really do play into his strength, which is to not fucking talk.
Yeah.
The dude knows how to deliver some lines. He knows how to deliver one line, like one-liners. He's good at that. But he's not good at carrying a scene.
No.
And they don't make him.
No.
They have all the other characters carry carry pretty much all the other scenes. And that's where the strength of John Wick is let him do pop, pop, pew, pew.
Yeah. And run.
And run. And have everyone else actually do the fucking acting. So props to that of knowing your fucking strength, which is to shut up and shoot.
All right. So that's Keanu Reeves as John Wick.
Do you have anything else to add?
I mean, there's nothing much really. Because
There you go.
Because Keanu Reeves is he's so wooden, but I just love him. I just love the man. I don't want to say anything bad about him because I just love the man.
No, he's a very wholesome dude.
Yeah,
like,
but
I love the guy, but like Jesus, he knows what he's doing and he's doing good.
Well, I had a theater professor, that made the joke. What can Keanu Reeves do? Obviously, he can't act. Oh, wait, he can't spend money either. Because that's what he does. He lives like he's broke, but I appreciate that because of how humble he is.
He's a very humble dude.
We love you, Keanu Reeves. You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
Donnie Yen as Kane is a new character. He did so good. Yeah.
Fucking, I eat up Donnie Yen. The moment that I saw him in the trailer, I was like, oh, fuck yes. That's what I need. Fuck yes. Donnie Yen is fucking awesome. Whenever you bring Donnie Yen into any sort of martial arts movie where they call this form of John Wick fighting gung fu.
Gung fu, yeah.
I fucking love that they were like, all right, now we need to get Donnie Yen into this. And oh, fuck yes. It was so fucking well done.
I agree 100%. Like he was a standout in this one. Like he was he just his line delivery in this film was so like comedic timing gold. And there were times like, oh, that's perfect. I would have said the same thing. All right, don't die.
Arguably, I would say that he was actually almost more of a main character than John Wick was in this film.
I will agree. All right, so one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm eating my vegetables on this one. Bill Skarsgård as Marquis.
Yeah, he was not too good at the Marquis.
No,
well, take that back. His acting actually was kind of decent, but what really undercut it was his accent.
He was bad.
His conviction to his lines were really, really good. I will say that. And I believed him as the character, but the second that he would open his mouth with that accent, it didn't fucking work.
Yeah. I winced multiple times.
And I love the dude. I love the actor. Again, his choices were good, but that accent's what killed me.
Yeah. But there's our cast.
Yeah.
But some non-spoilerly things.
The real thing that you guys are all asking, though, that you're going to ask, is the fight choreography up to par?
I think it's
short and sweet and simple. The fucking longest fight scene I've ever seen in my entire fucking life in recent Hollywood happens in this movie.
And it was so
good. Was good. Genuinely. I was about to spoil something, so I won't say that.
Let's just say there are multiple times.
There's multiple times where like you think that an action scene is going to end, and it keeps going. It's almost like a video game boss fight. Like it's phenomenal.
There were multiple times in the movie where, like Zach mentioned, there's just so many things going on. Like you just can't, like you're watching multiple times. Like here's John, here's other bad guys coming after him. There's everything going on. There's Donnie Yen, and there was a moment like during the scene he's talking about, the air in the theater was let out, and no one wanted to breathe. Like I felt that. I'm like. Because it was just like so intense, and everybody and all the stunt choreographers were just in it. Yeah. The director like wanted every particular shot every certain way.
It felt a lot like a one shot, like a oneer too. too.
Yeah.
Like it was all in one cut.
Obviously.
It obviously wasn't, and it did make multiple cuts, but like when you're in that room, it just feels like it's just one continuous cut.
It was
which
so
was
good.
so good.
And I do have to also say, a lot of the hits in this one were.
Yeah, just walk it off, John. You got this. We'll get more to that later, but like, Jesus fuck. That's one thing that I will say that took me out of the movie multiple times. There are multiple times where John gets hit and you're like,
He's done.
you're like, the fuck, you're not getting back up on that. And then after like a second, he just goes, huh, and then he gets up and starts walking again. And I'm like, what the fuck?
And he doesn't have a scratch. He's not even bleeding.
No. And multiple, I'm not even saying like it happens once. No, it happens like 4 or 5 times to him in this movie. Which is why I say it's like a bit of Fast and Furious where you're like, oh, fuck no. I rarely, okay. I know that we talk, like, I talk so much during these movies. I'm one of the most silent people in movies.
Yeah, he's true.
But during this one, God damn it. Like, I would go, fuck. And it would sound just like that. I would be like, shit.
Yeah.
I also started an applause for one thing, which
At the end?
No, at the middle.
Oh, it was at the middle, wasn't it?
At the middle. And I'm proud of that one. But damn, like some of these kills are fucking brutal and some of these hits are brutal. And you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Okay.
And this one thing that I think you really need to talk about is the fucking runtime on this fucker.
Yeah. The runtime on that speech that you made.
Not just that, but yeah.
Shh. Save your voice.
I'm grabbing more water.
Okay. So the runtime in this film, it was it was close to 3 hours. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes or so. And to me, it didn't really hurt the film that much. It also didn't really benefit it because the first 3 films, they were right around the hour 45. That was the first one. The second one was around an hour and 50. The third one was right at 2 hours. When I heard that it was going to be a 3 hour long movie, I didn't think they had enough. First, I didn't think they had enough plot. And number
They
two,
don't. I'm going to say it right there. They don't.
And I also didn't think they had enough action in it. But they had it.
What they didn't have in plot, they had in action. That's how that runtime is padded. It's like 80% action, 20% plot, if that.
Yeah, I would agree. But the runtime, it didn't really bother me that much. I normally long films, I check my watch, but this one, I think I checked it maybe once or twice.
Yeah, you did better on this one. However, I will say there are multiple times where I was like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. And then it kept going. And I was like, okay, come on, let's go.
All right. So that's the run. It's review time.
Yeah. All right. All right, my friends. So for those that are new, welcome. We review things a little differently here.
Zach also doesn't normally sound like this if you're new.
I'm Batman.
You are not Batman.
But how we do things is that we usually split it up into 3 different categories. We have our lowest category, which is Feed It to the Dog, which we didn't care for it, but you should still see it and form your own merits and opinions. Then we have Cook a Little More, which the film wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It just needs a director change, a script change, an actor change, something, a little seasoning, a little spice to get up to what we call Eat It Up, which is our higher category, which we love the film. You should see it in theaters if it's available in theaters, but this one is, so please see it in theaters. We had the pleasure of seeing it in the Dolby, so definitely try to see this in the theaters if it is Eat It Up. My friend,
Since
this is your number 9. What will you give John Wick Chapter 4 as a review?
I'm going to say I ate this up because even though, there was like 2% plot line and the rest was action.
Goddamn.
But the action was so good in this one.
Yeah.
And just, you have to applaud the stunt choreographers, stuntmen, Chad Stileski, and whether you love or you hate him, Keanu Reeves still packs a punch.
Oh, yeah.
He still knows his strengths. He still does the majority of his own stunts.
Yep.
You got to applaud what they did here.
Oh, 100%.
They still pushed the envelope for this film. And it was exciting. It was really cool. A lot of the scenes I loved. There were some scenes that I didn't like. There were some scenes I'm like, was that really necessary?
Yeah.
But you know what? I've had a hell of a time with this film, so I gotta say I ate it up. Zach?
For what it was, I ate it up.
Yep.
For sure. It's a fun ride. You don't go... You know what you're going into for a John Wick film, and I got exactly what I wanted out of it. Is it going to win Best Picture? Fuck no. But best fight choreography,
Maybe.
hell yeah.
All right. So before we get into our next section, if for those of you that need to leave,
Yep.
thank you so much for joining us. Leave us a like, subscribe, comment. Hit that notification bell.
Ding.
Or if you want to get up close and personal, email us at elpodcastsmz@gmail.com.
Or take us out to dinner.
Or
Either
take
way.
us out to dinner. Don't forget to follow our other accounts such as Twitch, TikTok, whatever. Whatever we got.
Spotify, whatever you got.
Yeah, whatever you got. So, spoiler time. Pew pew, pew pew pew.
God damn it, this isn't Star Wars.
Sorry. Boom, 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 boom. Nut shot.
Yeah, let's talk about that specifically. Holy shit! Did they just so... Okay. I see you, Chad. I see you. You didn't say let's go for the jugular on this one. No, let's head directly for the balls on this one. Because holy shit, not only did you do that with the fucking dog, you did that with fucking every single scene. Every single fight scene had a nut shot. And not just a nut shot, multiple. And I saw you in your initial fight scene with him. You tried to brush it off. No, you steered into it, you motherfucker. No. Fuck you. Okay. That's all I have to say about that motherfucker.
Okay. Now we're going to go to the Okinawa Continental fight sequence. That's the sequence he was talking
The
about.
fucking longest fight scene I've seen in a fucking long time for Hollywood. Well fucking done.
Yeah, because it was...
Well fucking done.
Because it wasn't just John. It was Donnie Yen was in there. There was a bunch of assassins with blades and guns, and there was a lot of armor and everything. But yeah, the whole scene was just intense. It was just... You have to see it.
It's a really good one to start off your movie with.
Because it was like 15 minutes in, maybe 20.
Yeah, it's your first major fight scene.
Yeah, it was a long one,
and
too.
it just goes. I will also say, I really loved our moment when. Okay, so John Wick is going through all the goons, and it's like just going and going and going and going. And finally, we have a breath of air. I went to Mitch. I was like, "This is where Donnie Yen comes in." And then all of a sudden,
here he comes.
Ta-da! I was like, "Oh yeah, I can call that shit,"
And then
because
the
I
fight.
can see this plot coming from a mile away. And then
Yeah, and at the end,
fuck, they did the thing that I thought that they wouldn't fucking do. I'm not entirely sure if he's dead. I'm not entirely sure about that.
I
But
think he
according
is.
to this, he is dead.
because he had a...
We saw the body. We saw the stone.
And basically
And
what happened...
and Lawrence Fishburne has his dog.
yeah.
So like
He's not even in the movie, barely, Lawrence Fishburne.
he's barely in it, but like the fact that those three things happen genuinely makes me think that he might be dead.
So John Wick challenges the Marquis to a combat.
We don't need to go a play by play.
I know.
They know.
You. Thank you. Thank you. So they end up doing a shootout. And here comes the Marquis thinking he wins. And
Big dick energy.
yeah. And McShane was like, "You dumb bastard.
You arrogant fuck.
He didn't shoot." And
That's why I was like, I see exactly where this is going, because I was like, he didn't shoot.
Yeah, and this
I was like, you idiot.
This is after John Wick gets shot, and
I was like,
that's what
you
kills him.
literal idiot.
And then John Wick kills him, shoots him in the head, and that's when John Wick dies because he took 3 bullets, and he bleeds out pretty much, but he gains his freedom. Yay! And we think we're done. And like you said, there's a body, there's a grave,
Yeah.
and there's a post-credit scene.
There is.
And you see Donnie Yang
Coming up to his daughter. Yeah.
and then you see another daughter.
Come up and pull out a switchblade. Now, does it, because earlier in the movie, they basically say, hey, if you don't kill Donnie Yen, I'm going to. Mm-hmm. So the scene basically sets it up for like, oh yeah,
This is happening.
I'm going to kill. She kills him. Mm-hmm. Don't know if that's genuine or not, but who knows? Mm-hmm. One thing I will also say that I'm surprised about this because John Wick is forming a universe, evidently, which
Ballerina.
Cool. I'm surprised we didn't see any Ana de Armas in this.
Yeah.
Especially since that's what they're kind of marketing Ballerina as part of the John Wick franchise. I'm surprised we saw no Ana de Armas in this movie. Like
it
none.
may have had some, because this movie was pretty much done by 2021.
I think so.
Ana de Armas was just in negotiation, so it may have
Correct.
been a casting thing.
Yeah.
And also, I think they were planning on doing a 5th John Wick,
Maybe.
but I don't know if they're going to do it now.
Yeah. Who knows? And I'm sorry. If they bring John Wick back,
I'm done.
that's them jumping the shark.
Well, and that wouldn't even make my top 15. But all right, that's John Wick, Chapter 4, my friends. Thank you so much. Okay, before Zach dies, please leave us a like, hit the comment section, subscribe, ring the notification bell,
Ding.
follow our other accounts such as Twitch and TikTok. Email us at elpodcastmz@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Until next time,
I'm Zach.
I'm Mitch.
And we are
Excellent Little Podcasts.